The prices at one of the region's most popular shopping centers could go up this fall. That will happen if Johnson County approves a local option sales tax.
If voters say yes to the tax, it would mean an extra 1% going into city coffers. CBS News reporter Brittany Borghi tells us why that has some city officials feeling a little lost. Brittany.
Yeah, Scott and Tiffany, the Coral Ridge Mall here behind me helps Coralville to bring in nearly 50% of Johnson County's sales tax revenue. But if this local option sales tax, or L.O.S.T, passes, Iowa City would get nearly 50% of the revenue. Some in Coralville say that's an inequity, but Iowa City says they're looking at it all wrong.
What do they stand to lose by not jumping on board? A significant amount of money.
And that's because this local option sales tax has the ability to generate nearly $20 million over the next 10 years, the largest option being talked about now. That would give Iowa City about $10 million and Coralville about $2.5 million.
The formula for distribution of the funds is really outdated.
The formula draws on population and property tax information from the 80s to figure out how much money each city gets. Obviously, a lot's changed since then. 50% of the sales taxes are generated here.
We would receive a significantly less amount of that funds back, and so that's the question.
An inequity, says Coralville, but Iowa City says not so fast.
I think it's critical that people remember that people pay sales tax. Businesses don't, communities don't. People pay sales tax, and businesses collect the sales tax.
Some communities outside of Coralville and Iowa City are fine with the way the money shakes out. North Liberty is just trying to decide how much of its $1.6 million would go to roads or other projects.
Well, certainly I would like to have more, but what the law is, and if it breaks down a certain way, that's the way it happens.
The state legislature considered updating that plan from the model that was used in the 80s but failed to pass a bill this previous session. The cities also have to consider whether or not they would take 10% of the money they would get from that local option sales tax and put it towards funding the new expansion to the Johnson County Courthouse. Covering the corridor in Coralville, Brittany Borghi, CBS 2 News, 10 at 10.